EOC manager is the foundation of the emergency operations system. Together with the field emergency manager, the EOC manager is typically one of the first positions assigned in any emergency. The EOC manager's core responsibilities are to make sure that the EOC is staffed appropriately to meet incident needs, and also to ensure there's fluid communication both between the EOC, the incident command posts, and policy partners by making sure that there's strong relationships, communication systems in place, situation reports, and other systems to make sure that we're all working from the same page. During an emergency, the EOC manager oversees the entire EOC system, reaching out to partners, assigning EOC roles, and expanding and contracting the EOC as needed to meet the needs of the evolving situation. Does the incident have operational needs like transportation, sheltering, or hazardous materials? The EOC activates the appropriate emergency support functions and assigns someone to fill those roles in the EOC. Need more support with planning, written documentation, or keeping the situation report up to date? The EOC manager activates the EOC planning section. Need to fill resource requests and track costs? The EOC manager builds out the EOC resource and finance section to meet that need. Is coordinated public communication a priority? The Joint Information Center can be operated out of the EOC or through Incident Command, but it's still the EOC's responsibility to make sure ESF 15, which oversees external affairs and public communications, is staffed and has the appropriate support it needs to be successful in its role. Typically, the EOC manager works out of the County Emergency Operations Center, where he or she can make sure that there's strong relationships and communications between all partners working the EOC side of the response. However, in smaller events, it may be appropriate to activate the EOC remotely. However, in those situations, it is even more important that the EOC manager maintain strong communication with all EOC partners. An essential counterpart to the EOC manager is a field emergency manager who works in the incident command post, very closely tied to unified command in the field. The field emergency manager's responsibility is to communicate to the EOC manager exactly what needs, information, or status updates they're hearing in the field so the EOC can set up its response accordingly. While the field emergency manager is expected to communicate with the EOC manager anytime they have a need or a status update, similarly, the EOC manager is expected to communicate frequently by phone, radio, or in person with the field emergency manager to ensure the EOC operation is meeting the needs of incident command and to make sure any status updates on the EOC side are communicated back to the field. Another key partner of the EOC manager is the county leadership representative. The county leadership representative is responsible for making sure that the policy group is functioning effectively and that those county and municipal leaders have all of the information and support they need to give policy guidance to support the incident response in the field. It's the EOC manager's responsibility, along with the field emergency manager, to make sure that that county leadership representative has a strong, clear understanding of any policy needs that exist so that they can manage the policy group effectively, the policy group can make decisions on key items, and the incident command and the emergency response and the EOC have the guidance they need to respond effectively.